So I can send it to your mother.
Okay.
Okay, please just open the PDF.
Yeah.
Kondiba you have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm,
So which chapter?
wait, let me see. Snake bites over the third one, Kondiba, a hero.
Hmm.
Yeah, open that. Okay. Okay, just read it from the beginning. Try and understand it and, relate to it. Okay. We come to the lesson. It's on page 30. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. So can I start reading?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you will get a very.
You
You
will
will
agree.
agree.
You will agree.
Will agree that we all face difficulties and problems. How do you deal with them? Do you feel defeated and frustrated, or you consider various possibilities and try to find solution? There are some people who, in spite of their own difficulties, can I ask what the meaning of spite?
Spite means even though they have their own difficulties. Now, spite also means
Yeah.
when you spite someone, you are envious, jealous, and you wish to. It's a negative thing, just spite.
Mm.
But when you have it in this phrase, in spite of, phrase is a group of words.
Yeah.
So when you have it in this phrase, in spite of, it means something like even though. Even
Yeah.
though they have their own difficulties. You can read that sentence like that.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
So difficulties are able to understand others' problems and are ready to help them. Such people are real heroes. Yeah.
Then never mind objectives. Let's read the text. Before, don't even, just come straight to the text. Kondiba Gaikwad.
Okay. Kondiba. Uh, what is your first reaction on seeing
No,
differently?
don't read before you read thing. Just come straight to the lesson.
Okay, so been there. Sorry. So let us Kondiba Gaikwad hated begging, but the famine in Maharashtra in
Famine. You know what a famine is?
famine no.
Famine is when there's an absence of food in the country
Oh,
or the
okay.
state. Famine.
Okay.
Mm.
Famine in Maharashtra in 1972 or 73 had driven him from his home in Aurangabad to Mumbai in search of bread. At first, he had tried selling brooms. Unfortunately, he had little luck selling his goods. He soon learned that Mumbai is generous,
Generous.
generous
Generous
to
means
begin.
they give, isn't it?
Yeah, generous means okay. Especially blind beggars. And 25 years old, Kondiba was blind. He had become blind with small pox at age of 8. It was a cloudy day in Goliabar, the large slum colony in Ghattopar,
So,
northeast of Mumbai. Kondiba lived here with Tukaram and Tukaram's wife,
mm,
Yalan Bay. It was the end of the monsoon. In the middle of an open area, In the colony there was a well. It was full of blackish green water. Nothing could be seen more than a few centimeters below the surface. The well was highly useful to the people who lived in the surrounding huts. They had dug it 2 years before because the only water tap in the colony was not enough for the slums. Growing populations. Uh, there had never been any money for a wall around the well. The mouth of the well had gradually widened as the soil
Gradually widened.
gradually um,
Widened.
widened, widened as the soil and rocks on the sides fell in. The bottom was narrow, muddy and filled with weeds. The well was dangerous, but it had been there for so long that no one worried about it. It seemed harmless. Kondiba had returned to the slum to eat a little food which Yalambai had prepared.
Who is
With their
Yalambai?
Yalambai, I think,
The wife
is
of
the wife of
Tukaram.
Kondiba,
No, wife of Tukaram.
Tukarao. Okay,
Who is Tukaram?
Tukarao is, I think, Tukarao.
Tukaram. Who is that? Refer back, go back.
Yeah. So,
It's in the second para.
second para. Golibar.
What is Golibar?
Okay, Tukaram and Tukaram's wife. Okay.
Then what is Golibar?
Golibar is a city.
City.
No, slum. It's a slum.
Which part of Mumbai?
Which is northeast of Mumbai.
No, northeast. What is the name of that place?
Golibar.
No, Ghatopar. Ghatkopar.
Gobar. So, Golibar.
You know what you read. You must read it once or twice. You must revise, okay?
Okay.
In case you have any doubts, you can ask.
Okay, sure.
Okay, then come back to that part. Where is that? It was gradually widened as the soil and rocks on the sides. The bottom was narrow, muddy, and filled with weeds, right?
Right.
Can you get a picture in your mind of what this well looks like? It is,
It's like mud.
it's mud.
It's like, no, in the mud there is a well that doesn't have walls.
Doesn't have walls. So then it's filled with weeds, and the water is green,
Yeah, it's
greenish
still
brown,
with black green water.
black green water. Can you imagine black green water?
Yeah, black.
So this water source for the people in the slum. Okay.
Okay.
So then I just ask you questions. Okay.
Okay.
How did Kondiba become blind?
Kondiba, in the age of 8, he was having pox.
Smallpox, right?
That's why he lost his eyes in the age of 8.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Then continue with where we stopped. The well was dangerous.
The well was dangerous.
Last sentence of the page on the page.
The well was dangerous, but it had been there for so long that no one worried about it. It seemed harmless. Kondiba had returned to the slum to eat little food, which Limba had prepared. His days begging usually ended when he had collected 5 to 6 rupees in his small gunny bag.
What is a gunny bag?
Suddenly,
What is a gunny bag?
gunny bag means like bag.
It's a bag, yes, but what is it made of? What is gunny?
Gunny.
Have
I,
you heard of a material called jute?
yeah.
It's a type of material, small, you've seen these sacks of rice, right? In the old days,
Yeah, I saw.
those large sacks of rice, 100 kg sacks of rice.
Yeah.
That's a gunny bag.
Oh.
So he had a small gunny bag, and he kept whatever he got, okay, in that gunny
Okay.
bag. And when he got 5 to 6 rupees, he came back.
Yeah. Right. Stupid.
Then
Then the gunny bag. Suddenly there were shouts and sounds of great confusion. Kondiba and Jalan Bai were started someone's fallen in the well. They heard a woman cry. Kondiba set aside his metal and said urgently,
no. Set aside his meal.
set aside his meal and suddenly,
Urgently, said
urgently,
urgently.
and said urgently, quick, lead me there. Within a minute, the blind beggar and the woman reached the well and pushed their way through a small group at the mouth of the well.
Can you imagine? Can you see it? Can you see the picture of what is going on? Must be able to see a picture. He
In
set
first
aside his
page,
meal, and then they push through the crowd, and then they gather at the mouth of. Oh, okay, then
I mean, simply, so the mouth of well in seconds, Kondiba pulled off his shirt and slipped into the water. Two boys were already paddling around trying to
paddling.
find.
Paddling. You know what paddling is in water?
No.
You don't swim,
Yeah.
You don't swim forward with, you have four types of swim strokes, freestyle, backstroke. You don't swim. You just, it's called treading water, searching,
Oh, from legs.
yeah, with legs and hands also go round and round, and the legs also go round, and so they're paddling.
Yeah, I know that. Paddling. So the
Paddling around, trying to,
paddling around, trying to find a young Arvind who had fallen off a tree trunk while drawing water. The boys could not dive. Kodimba had been a good swimmer as a young boy before he lost his sight, but years of poverty had made him weak. Once he had been able to dive deep into the wells around his village to pick up shining bits of broken pottery that he had his friends would throw in as part of a game since he had tried to hold his breath long enough to get
no,
to the
no, no, no,
bottom of the well.
no, but it had been many years.
But it had been many, hmm, but it had been many years since he had tried to hold his breath long enough to get to the bottom of a well. Kondiba floated on the surface for a moment, then took a deep breath and dived carefully, feeling his way along the rocks. On the side of well, he reached the bottom. His feet sank into the soft mud. He felt nothing but the mud and
Slippery weeds.
and
Slippery weeds. Weeds, plants growing in water.
so
Slippery. So they're all full of mud and water. So this. you can they slip on them.
So shiny beads throw as a part of the game. But it had been many years since he had tried to hold his breath.
No, 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 no. He felt nothing but the mud and the slippery weeds. Next paragraph.
Next paragraph. He he reached the bottom. His feet sank into the soft mud. He felt nothing but the mud and slippery weeds tied, and with his breath running out, he came to the surface. It was now 2 minutes since Arvind had fallen in. His aunt, with whom he lived, was the well. As Kondiba surfaced without the boy, he heard her
Wailing, wailing, wailing means crying,
wailing.
crying out, no, like that.
Yeah. So the blind man took another deep breath and vanished into the muddy depths. His dive had given him a good idea of
Wait, his first dive.
if, his first dive had given him a good idea of the shape of the well. So he went straight down and tried to search the bottom with his hands. They slipped in the mud and got caught in the weeds. There was still no sign of the body. His lungs were nearly bursting. He rose to the top, top once again. He had been down longer than the first time, so the women and children were getting more and more excited. When his head appeared above the water, the crowd gave a sign of disappointment. Never in all the years of his blindness had Kondiba missed his vision so much. If only he could see, he might be able to find a drowning boy. Drowning boy. So he had not know
What's the name
that
of the drowning boy?
drowning boy was the name of the drowning boy was think his friend.
No, no, no.
Uh,
Read 3 paragraphs above. It was now 2 minutes.
okay.
The name of the boy?
Arvind.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
Come back to
Arvind.
in uh, never in all the years of his blindness had Kondiba missed his vision so much. If only he could see, he might be able to find the drowning boy. Then he did not know.
No, he did not know. He did not know. Which paragraph is this?
Come back to the one you were reading. Never in all the years of his blindness. Last sentence.
Gosh, okay, never in all the years of his blindness had Kondiba missed his vision so much. If only he could see, he might be able to find the drowning boy. He did not know the even normal eyes would never have been able to see the muddy water. Kondiba was very tired, but he knew he was Arvind. Arvind's only hope. He worked as fast as he could, feeling his way through the mud and the weeds. Arvind must be there. He thought he cannot have vanished. Kondiba's ribs were itching,
Aching means hurting.
aching. He could hold his breath much longer than just as he was about to twist his body upright and kick himself to the surface. His finger felt something soft among the weeds cloth. He moved his hand further and touched Arvind's legs. The boy's body was held in the
Mud and weeds.
mud and weeds. Kondiba's heart was beating painfully. He badly needed to breathe. He felt desperately for
Desperately.
desperately for something to hold in order to pull Arvind up and out of the net he was in. Suddenly he felt Arvind's belt, holding it tightly with his right hand. He pulled the lead free, turned about, and pushed up his spine and the muscles. As this almost
Eight
stopped.
means hurt.
Eight means so this almost stopped his movements. His weak, starved body fought against what his mind told him he must do.
What do you think his mind told him to do? Why? What did his weak, starved body fight
Mm,
against? What do you think his mind told him to do?
I think that his mind told him to pick Arvind up.
No, no, no.
Then,
His mind told him that he must leave Arvind and rise to the surface.
yeah,
He fought against that with his half-starved body, against that inclination. He wants to breathe.
yeah,
So his body, he forces himself
forces himself.
to hold Arvind's belt and pull him up. His mind told him his body fought against what his mind told him he must do. His mind told him he must rise to the surface.
Mm, yes. So, keeping a tight hold on the boy's belt, Kondiba struggled to push himself upwards with his free hand and feet. It seemed a long time before he rose 6 meters from the bottom and broke surface. While he gasped for breath, other hands quickly lifted Arvind up and out of the well. Kondiba held on the well's rocky side, his eyes closed, his body tired. He heard but paid little attention to the sounds of people trying to give Arvind artificial respiration. Finally, the boy began to vomit water, and cries to joy came to Kondiba, still holding tightly to the side of the wall. Then Arvind was hurried away to the hospital. A man helped Kondiba out of the well, and a woman patted him efficiently on the shoulder,
Affectionately.
affectionately on the shoulder. Elimba led him back to the hut. The Kondiba put on his clothes, finished his half-eaten meal, and fell asleep. That evening, a police officer came to the blind beggar that the boy he had saved would be all right. Kondiba later learned that if the boy had been in the well longer, his brain would certainly have been damaged from lack of oxygen, and Kondiba had saved him in just in time. The next afternoon, Arvind arrived to Golibar. He went at once to Kondiba, and while his aunt watched with tears,
While his
with
aunt watched,
his aunt watched with tears in her eyes, he touched Kondiba's feet in gratitude.
hmm,
In need, Kondiba had
indeed,
saved in need.
not in need, indeed.
Indeed, Kondiba had saved a life, but his own still, but he still had to go on, and for him that meant Begging by afternoon, Kondiba was back on the streets of Mumbai with his
He's
gunny
back.
sack,
He's back. He's got a son.
gunny, gunny sack. However, word soon began to spread about the beggar's courage, his picture, and the story of his daring rescue were published in many national and local papers. Suddenly, Kondiba became a hero. He was prized by the government, the chief minister of Maharashtra and other officials award totaling rupees 12,970 were presented to him. For a few months he was given a home in a home for the blind. Here he learned some skills such as bottling and the waving of chair seats.
You know what
Today,
bottling is? Bottling is when you fill a bottle, with some liquid,
yeah.
and then put in the cork or the cap, like that.
Yeah. So today Kondiba lives in Jalna market town close to his native village. He has married a local girl and runs a small business. Kondiba Gaekward's bravery and dimensional
Determination.
determination to find the boy in the well had completely changed his own life. The beggar who hated begging never never beg again. Have you noticed boys and girls begging at traffic lights and markets?
Hey,
What
hey,
do you feel?
this is over.
Uh, what do you
It's our
feel?
thoughts.
What do you feel when you see them? Most of them are young. Many of these young people have been forced to move away from their native places to earn a livelihood. They
Livelihood.
earn a livelihood.
Livelihood. You know what a livelihood is?
Livelihood. No.
It means when you earn, enough money to maintain yourself with food, with whatever you need. Like everything you need money for, if you earn the money by yourself, you're earning your livelihood through a job like that, through business, things like that.
They may even have been kidnapped and forced to work or beg when they should have been in school preparing for a bright future. Have you ever wondered what kind of dreams these young people have? Do you think they are different from yours? Kondiba is a blind man who comes to Mumbai in search of work. He lives in a slum and begs for his living. In the slum where he lives, there is an open well. It has no walls and is very unsafe. One evening, Kondiba hears a woman cry out of someone has fallen into the well.
Okay, I think you got it right.
Yeah, I got
So why don't you write the answers? Send me the answers. You may write it on a sheet of paper,
notebook.
a notebook or MS Word like that. You can check it. I'll check it and correct it and send it back. You know what correction
Which
is?
exercise? Yeah, I know correction.
No, 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 not just sticking.
Yeah,
What, like, suppose you make a mistake in spelling, then it will
yeah,
be handed off, right?
yeah, I know.
Suppose that you make a mistake in a verb tense.
Hmm.
It's the wrong verb tense. You use the future, simple future instead of the past continuous.
Hmm.
That will be rounded off. Then suppose you write the preposition in when you should have written on.
Hmm.
That will be rounded off. And if you miss an article or you include an article where it should not be,
Hmm.
rounded off. And if you make a mistake in the subject-verb agreement in the sentence, if there's a mismatch in the agreement between verbs and subjects, like you add an S for a plural subject,
Mm.
then that will be rounded off. Suppose you use a capital when you shouldn't have. Suppose in this middle of a sentence the word off comes, OF. You capitalize the O, then that will be rounded off.
Mm.
And suppose you type it in Microsoft Word and you leave two spaces instead of one after a punctuation mark. That will be rounded off. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a lot, I mean, not a lot, but if these are important because, see, each of these sentences you are reading, they have none of those errors. Okay. So when you write, you must try to get what like a textbook English writing. Okay. Okay. Ayan.
Okay.
And suppose you read, suppose you speak, right? You should try to speak as far as possible in textbook, like what you just read.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
But you can do that. You can practice if you read the same lesson over and over again, just to practice your pronunciation. You can record it. Okay. Send it to me. I'll correct your pronunciation also. Hmm? Send the recording. I'll point out where you mistake. Like for example, some pronunciation mistake also I will point out, right?
Yes.
So anyway, the way you can improve your spoken English is you read this lesson 2 or 3 times. Then you come to snakebite and read that lesson. Then you come to this how the squirrel got it. You read that. You keep on practicing with the written text. You'll be speaking and you'll unconsciously pick up the spelling, the grammar, the punctuation, okay?
Mm.
Prepositions, everything you'll pick up.
Mm.
But it needs a bit of practice. Since you've understood, right? Understood the lessons, okay?
Okay.
You can, improve your spoken English like this, okay?
Okay.
So you recorded, and you didn't send me the parsing actually.
Mm.
Remember that?
That question, right?
Oh, no, no, no. You see this part where on the page we're on, let us do it, right? Let us do 3.1. You see that?
3.1.
That, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Above that, there's a paragraph. Kondiba is a blind man who comes to Mumbai in search of work. Okay.
Okay.
Now, how will you parse it? Kondiba is a proper noun, masculine gender. Is a primary auxiliary verb, present tense, singular.
Yes.
A is an indefinite article. Blind is an adjective.
Yes.
Okay. Describing common noun man. Who is a relative pronoun. Whose
Oh.
antecedent is man. Comes is a verb in the present tense, simple present tense. To is a preposition. Mumbai is a proper noun. Okay.
Mm.
In is
Okay.
a preposition. Search is a verb in the simple present. Off is a preposition and work is a common noun in the objective case. Okay.
Mm. Okay.
Following, right?
Yeah, yeah. Fine.
Yeah, like that. So you have to do that. That you can improve your grammar like that.
Okay.
Hmm?
So,
Okay, parse some questions, parse some sentences, answer some sentences, answer some questions. Okay,
okay.
practice your reading. I mean, read softly or loudly to yourself so you can practice your spoken English.
Mm.
Okay, so
Okay.
spoken and written should be good. Okay,
Okay.
okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.